The Las Vegas Motor Speedway has slowly become one of the better tracks in the NASCAR Cup Series. It has numerous memorable finishes, and on top of that, it now has a second race date. But this isn't always how it was. There was a time once when people saw Las Vegas upcoming on the schedule and collectively would groan. But in my opinion, this all changed in 2008 on a sunny March Las Vegas day. Before we look at 2008, we have to take a step back and see how we got to this point. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway is a 1.5-mile tri-oval facility that originally opened in 1996 and was part of starting the cookie-cutter boom in American auto racing. In 96 and 97, the Speedway hosted all sorts of different kinds of races. The new NASCAR Truck Series raced in Vegas in 96, as well as IndyCar. In 97, the Busch Series then made their debut on the track as well. But it wouldn't be until 1998 that NASCAR's big boys in the Cup Series would make their debut. And for most people, it was viewed as hot trash. Sure, there was some good moments in the opening near decade of the track being in Cup. The flat corners, though, made passing difficult, and the field regularly got strung out into long single-file runs. A change was needed. Sure, well over 150,000 fans were showing up, but if the racing sucked, how long would they stay? So, between 2006 and 2007's Las Vegas dates, the track was reconfigured. The track would have progressive banking similar to what we see that added life into the Homestead Miami Speedway. The corners were as low as 12 degrees of banking, but went all the way up to 20 degrees of banking. It was a bold move, but it was one that basically had huge possibilities of payoff. And when NASCAR came to town in 2007, the racing was actually really improved. Even with being a new surface, the racing was better than many other tracks on the schedule. So it seemed like a hit, especially after this finish in the Xfinity series.
It is 3 car lengths. As the white flag waves, they have 1 lap. Can Jeff Burton get there?
Well, he's not fading now. Jeff Burton is right there.
It's a car length. It's a half a car length.
He's making his ground on the top side of the racetrack as he goes to the top. Wide open on the top of the track. It's going to be a drag race right to the end.
Here goes Burton on the high side. Busch makes the block out of turn 4. Burton squeezes high. They are door to door. Jeff Burton. Good job. Jeff Burton takes the win, and Kyle Busch slams the wall on the outside.
But with the still new car of tomorrow, there was plenty of mystery surrounding the first 1.5-mile race with this car. Heading off into the race, over 150,000 fans were chomping at the bit for racing in the desert. From the get-go, the racing was close and side by side. Due to this, it meant that a mistake from one driver could cause an incident, and that's exactly what happened out of turn 4 to cause the first caution of the day. This also matched perfectly with Larry McReynolds' pre-race keys, the big one being that the exit of the turns would be treacherous. Trust me, this is really going to come in big later on. As they got back racing though, Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch showed to be the big players early, with Edwards starting to prevail. While there was plenty of good racing, they did straighten it out a bit and got a full green flag run in, and green flag pit stops started up, and with them, an odd no caution call from NASCAR.
Carl Edwards to the pit lane along with his teammate Greg Biffle. Dick Berggren.
And here comes Edwards' bike, and his car is just a little bit tight, not very much tight, to the point that they're only going to make a tire pressure adjustment.
Dick, a crash in turn 2.
We got a crash on the racetrack.
Sam Hornish has crashed, no caution.
After a later debris yellow, more comers and goers showed their direction, and one of those going forwards was Tony Stewart. Unfortunately though for him, this didn't last long.
20 car, hard in the wall, Tony Stewart.
It has the look of a blown right front tire at the end of the back straightaway.
Stewart crashing for the 2nd day in a row.
While shaken up, smoke was okay. Now, while drivers like Edwards and Busch were fast, so too were guys like Jeff Gordon and Matt Kenseth. Gordon's teammate Jimmy Johnson, though, was uncharacteristically awful. For much of the race, Johnson struggled to run even in the top 40, and that was with cars being out. This was even more strange, as his teammates of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon were top 5 drivers. Johnson would not be a factor all day for what would have been his 4th straight Las Vegas victory. after having a flat from Robbie Gordon and a crash off 2 from Patrick Carpentier, the racing heated up with around 100 to go.
Jeff Gordon is the race leader. And then number 24 trying to move through and pin these cars one lap down.
We have seen it.
Somebody got, is that the
That's
yes,
Biffle.
Biffle.
Greg Biffle in the 16
car. He got loose off of 2 over there, made some contact, I believe. Boy, it's a bad time for that to happen.
After this, there was a spin and wreck from Scott Riggs. And this was a shame, as Riggs' Haas Chevy was a top 10 car all day. After pit stops, they restarted with Dale Jr. leading due to a strategy call. Edwards was in third. He had been penalized earlier, so he was just in need of track position at this point. This worked well for him, as with 73 to go, he took the lead again. Debris with 55 to go would bring out the yellow. Everyone came down pit road for fresh tires and fuel, and this caused Carl Edwards' crew to have an uncontrolled tire. This could cost him the race and the win, as he came out of pit road in third. Though NASCAR ruled that due to a cameraman getting into the way, the penalty was not necessary. So with 48 to go, Matt Kenseth led the field to green, and what ensued was a bit of a rash of yellows.
2-car crash.
Brian Vickers in the 83 car.
Boy, that was close.
Was that Skinner?
Mike
It was
Skinner.
Mike Skinner.
Just got through there.
That bad boy Moore was about ready to mow him down.
Get it going here.
Right in front of Kyle Busch, the 18 car
yes.
just walked up the racetrack.
That's, oh, man. And
Boy, David Gilliland just got by.
What a great job.
Well, let's ride with DJ.
Boy, I tell you, we're lucky there.
Boy, what a sick feeling.
With the laps closing down, Edwards took the lead from Kenseth and looked to be running away with it. With less than 10 to go, though, a caution once again came out and got in his way. Entering what could be the final restart, it would be Roush versus Hendrick. Edwards was in first, Kenseth third, and Biffle in fifth for Roush, while Hendrick had Dale Jr. in second and Jeff Gordon in fourth.
And released.
Right now, the crew chief says, clean them up. Let's get them cleaned up. Don't spin your tires on the restart. Don't miss a shift. 5 to go.
Green flag.
Whoa, Junior didn't go.
Did not get a good restart. Matt Kenseth took advantage of him on the high side. There goes Gordon on the inside. They're going to split it going into one.
Boy, I think Junior may have spun the tires, Larry.
And what a break that was for Gordon, but look on the high side. Oh, Gordon comes up.
Oh, he got Kenseth. Oh, and there goes Jeff. Jeff's in the inside wall.
Hard into the wall. Caution will wave. Caution will wave. The field is frozen. We'll be coming back to 4 to go.
That was, oh, and he almost got clipped again.
After his nasty crash, Gordon still walked away. The wreck, though, did injure his back, an injury that would affect the rest of his career. But back to Las Vegas in 2008, the next restart would finally be the one to get the race done.
You'll know in 3 miles.
Green flag.
Much better start by the 88 that time. No wheel spin that time.
Kevin Harvick laid back just a little bit in that 29 car on Greg Biffle. Dale Earnhardt Jr. staying right with him.
Look at Biffle go the outside.
Biffle gets a run on the high side.
I don't know if he can make that stick or not.
But the high side is where those Fords have been their best all day.
Boy, Carl's shot out of a cannon down the back straightaway.
There goes Biffle up to the second groove. He just can't get the bite up there. They'll be coming. White flag this time. 1 to go.
I believe Biffle's going to make a run on Junior as they go down in toward turn 1 here. He's looking around. He's looking inside. He's looking outside.
You got good gap here. Run away with it.
Biffle's to the outside of Junior off of 2. Can't quite get there.
He'll have one more shot as Carl Edwards pulls away. Half a lap to go.
Carl's loving this. He's looking in the mirror saying, bye-bye, boys.
Harvick coming into the picture.
See you at the casino.
Single file. Biffle
Whoa,
looks high.
whoa, Biffle.
And for the 9th time in his Sprint Cup career, Carl Edwards will go to victory lane.
2 in a row. Way to go, Carl.
With Edwards winning, he continued on his way to contending for the 2008 championship. Earnhardt would go on to win the 2008 race at Michigan in June, while Gordon and Kenseth actually went winless in 2008. Jimmy Johnson, the man who hopelessly was slow at Las Vegas, went on to win his 3rd straight championship. But as for the Vegas race, it is one that really started a great era of racing there. And with that, I want to ask you, do you think this is the greatest Las Vegas NASCAR race? And if so, why? And if not, what is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And until next time, have a good one.